Alrighty. So you play jungle?
Yeah.
Which game is this on your match history?
This would be the most recent game.
This one?
I switched it from the one
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is there any reason, like, in particular why you wanted that game?
Just because I had a lead, and I've looked over it myself, and I see a few issues, but I had a lead, and I wasn't able to, like, I guess, guarantee the win. It was closer than it should have been with how far ahead I was able to get, and I just had, I guess, a few questions on various points of like min-maxing of I know what I was doing was an option. I just don't know if what I was doing was the best option in that situation at various points.
Yeah. One thing I'm noticing that I just want to point out is like your Graves seems to be really insane and your Kha'Zix. But what's going on with Kindred? Why do you think you can't play Kindred that good, or is it just unlucky games?
I'm just kind of relearning her. I was playing Kindred a lot more last season, and then I had one bad game at the start of preseason, and I haven't touched her for a few months. So I'm relearning her and just getting back into knowing what like matchups I can invade in, more or less. I'm having trouble invading is my main thing.
I mean, first of all, playing Kindred into Udyr, it's not that fun.
Yeah.
Especially in solo queue. If you have like some enchanter or something, it's okay. But playing Kindred versus Udyr in solo queue, where you don't even have like enchanters, is really, really hard. The guy just clears way faster than you. It's impossible for you to invade him. Sure, 25 minutes into the game, you can kite him, herder, funny, right? But in realistic, you cannot.
Game will be over by that point.
Yeah. Udyr just buys Tabi's here first base, and you're outscaled. GG well played. So that's not a funny matchup. Versus Eve, it's fine, it's okay. You can invade her relatively easy. So yeah. You go Gale Force on Graves, I like that. That's good. I think that in a lot of games, Shield Bow is pretty useless. I think if enemy has like heavy dive comp, assassin, team, short range, you can go like the Shield Bow Bloodthirster build. But
I kind of just do. If they have 4 melees, I'll go it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't.
Yeah, in a game like this, like that Victor, Aphelios, Soraka, if you go Shield Bug, you're trolling really hard. So I like that you're going full nuke, Gale Force, big boom. This is good. Yeah, this Kha'Zix here, going Gore Drinker. They have Olaf, they have Rumble, GP. Makes sense. Gore Drinker in general is pretty OP item. The fact that it gives a lot of ability haste is really good for Kha'Zix too, right?
Good W spam.
So everything in terms of runes and stuff, I pretty much agree with. Looks pretty normal. So if you don't have any questions based on your OPGG, I think we can go into the review.
No, GG's fun, I think.
Have you always been maining jungle, or?
I started maining jungle at the start of season 10. Before that, I was a top main. I played a Rengar Yasuo.
Yeah. What do you queue second, by the way?
Support.
Alright. Any reason in particular, or?
It feels like the same role. Like both the roles are just.
Yeah, I mean
built
that's
around
what I
timings
think.
and-
That's what I think too. Makes sense.
It's really easy to stomp on supports in D2 that don't know basic timings.
I mean, I think every support is bad. One thing for Olaf is I would always do Blue Smite. Multiple reasons. One, it guarantees your axe to hit. Second of all, you're strong in duels and you win duels anyways, regardless of having it or not. And you have approach velocity, so Blue Smite is really good with that.
Okay.
So, yeah, it just synergizes really well. So I think Red Smite hinders you a little bit.
I can do that.
Yeah, I would do the same thing for Alistar. Only thing is that some matchups where they have like heavy poke, you might want to consider DMAT, because otherwise you get zoned off cannons.
Which one would I trade out for DMAT? Would it be
This one.
Hextech
Your
or
champ is
Hextech?
useless without Hexflash.
Okay.
What happened here? You just wanted to go Moonstone, so you went Airy, or?
Yeah, I wanted to test it. I felt like it would be decent. And I saw Parnelli X tweet about it like a couple weeks ago and haven't tested it yet. Feels alright.
Wait, what the fuck is this? I didn't see this the first time. Why do you have sorcery when you're going conquer?
I wanted to. I mean, I'm not.
Because
Used
I
to
would
the
go
conquer
Ravenous
build, I was
Hunter.
just testing thing. Okay.
Like, your whole idea here is just to 1v1 people and duel. So I would go Ravenous Hunter and Sudden Impact. Or if you don't want Sudden Impact, you can go Zombie Ward.
Okay.
Like, Ravenous Hunter is just too good with this build. Like, Nimbus Cloak was like kinda necessary on Kha'Zix when it was with your ulti and not with summoner spells. Because you would just ult right and zoom through people.
Yeah.
But that's not really how it works anymore, so it's a bit weird, yeah, to have sorcery when you have conk.
Okay.
So I want to see loading screen here, just to see what we're dealing with. Then I kind of just want to hear like your thought process about like every pick here and stuff. Okay, like what you're thinking. So, what do you think, looking at this?
So looking at this game, it's going to be, at least from now, I can already decide my boots are going to be probably Ionias. Like, Mercs are okay, but in most situations, if I'm jumping in and getting stunned, I'm just going to chain CC'd anyways. So the tenacity is kind of wasted. So I'll go the Ionia boots into their comp just because I can't jump in anyways unless they burn CC, so I want to be tethering with W.
Yeah, sure. Don't you think, like, I'm more so asking like the first 5 minutes, because I think like all of this stuff is like,
Okay.
you can figure this on the spot really easily, and I think it's really bad to start thinking about how late game is gonna be or what boots you're gonna get when now, like, what now I'm thinking is level 1, can they late invade, can we invade level 1, like first like 0 seconds to 130, can anything crazy happen, can we do something crazy, because that's always a good way to get an early lead. After that, where do I want to path to, what's my strong side, where can I get prio, can I get double crab, can I do some crazy pathing versus this champion specific. If I meet him 1v1, how do I win? Can I win? If not, why? If yes, how? How does the laners interact with the jungle? These things, how's the first 5 minutes gonna be for me? And then, because after this, the things about scaling and stuff like this starts to matter. Like, of course, Anivia scales great, Fiora scales good. Sure, cool. But if in the first 5 minutes, this guy went 0-2,
Yeah, if it's
her
over
late game
that.
doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why I don't like to focus on these things, because it's like really irrelevant. And it just takes away time, because now in the actual game, you only have like 30 seconds of loading screen, right? Not even that a lot of time, like 15 seconds. So if you spent these 15 seconds thinking if they outskill or not, that's really bad.
Okay. Then
So like
I
for
think-
early game, what do you think?
So first thing that I heard was for the late invade, I don't think that's super possible because on Shaco players, I notice in general they normally just walk up and place a box in the what's it
Raptor
called?
entrance.
Raptor entrance. So that'll be seen, so we can determine that. Like we'll see if they get feared or not. So my strong lane, I don't know how the Viego Fiora lane goes. I assume it would be a 50-50. Like that seems like a skill mashup from the games of Viego I've played. That's something where I can play around that and I can influence that so that Fiora doesn't start winning until like 5 items. So we can we can snowball the top lane. And then I think the bot lane's my strong side, and it's also where Lee Sin wants to look, but at the same time I don't think that a Shaco Swain is necessarily gankable from a Senna lane. Like I feel like they control the pace of the lane, they control the wave, so if they play it properly, then they're never in a gankable situation. So from there, I want to play for my own personal economy and then attempt to snowball top in the early game at least.
So I agree with bot lane. I think, yeah, Swain, Shaco, double ranged, should have boxes, should be hard for them to die. They have exhaust, ignite, like, yeah, they should at worst have to flash. So if they die, they're fucking bad at the game. So whatever. I disagree with top. I think mid lane looks like complete psychopath lane. Ignite,
That's
electrocute
the
Fizz, ignite, electrocute Anivia. What's gonna happen in this lane, I can tell you from being a mid laner myself. Anivia's gonna perm bomb poke to Fizz. Fizz is forced to trade, because otherwise he just loses the lane. And basically, better jungle wins this lane.
Okay. So I just have to be there when he's looking for his trades.
Yeah, like especially around level 3 mark, being there, like there's gonna be a 2v2 mid.
Yeah.
And having Fizz get ahead is nice because it's like these kind of champs are like kind of like your little pet. He's gonna roam around with you later on. If he gets ahead of this matchup, Anivia loses egg, and Anivia is just dead at level 6. So, yeah, like I think for top lane, like the thing about top lane here is like if your gank here works, it's because Fiora went in when you were there. Meanwhile, mid lane is like Anivia has to poke the Fizz. If she doesn't, then she's just letting Fizz live through level 1 to 5, and if she does that, that's just bad, right?
Just loses, yeah.
So Anivia has to overextend, and then Fizz has to trade back, otherwise Fizz is just losing HP for no reason.
Okay.
So the difference is that these guys, they don't have to fight. Yes, it's likely they will, but they don't have to. But these guys have to, and they have double ignite, and it's way more vulnerable. Right? This guy has resolve, this guy has TP, so even if you do blow his flash or something, like he TP's back and stuff. Meanwhile, this is like Psycho lane. So... So yeah, my plan would be AFK farm and just try to hover around mid in vulnerable spots. And I would hover mid around top side so that, yes, I can respond to top lane.
I think that's what I did in this game, minus the AFK farm part. My farming was kind of off.
Yeah, why is that?
I was, I guess, overexerting, trying to cover more than I needed to.
This is fucking Pogger's Leash.
Hell yeah, I love it.
Holy shit. What's so great about this as well is, well, if Swain isn't fucking bad, I would never want Swain to leash me here if I'm getting double boxes. Because what I was gonna say is like,
won't know where I start.
yeah, exactly. Like you can fake start here, and I usually hate fake starting in solo queue because half the people, they don't look at the map either. But here it's like if Swain leashes, I get 200 more damage, which doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So here I would ping Swain away because I would rather just solo start now.
Okay.
Because you see, like auto once, auto again, so 150.
Yeah,
200. It's legit 200. It's
Yeah.
useless. So useless. Thank God you cancelled that auto, but you shouldn't have went for it anyways, because I was gonna say let it bleed out on auto, so like, this is good,
Yeah.
but you should have realized that already. Here.
And then not going for that, yeah, for sure.
Because yeah, everyone should let this bleed and just finish with auto. So, looking at it, looks like he started the top.
Yep.
Is that actually a thing, by the way, smiting that one?
I see Malice do it.
Okay, that's pretty smart.
I should test the timing though. Like I should go and practice to and see.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense, I guess, especially because you got the Q off, the isolated Q when the thing was dead, right? Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I get the W on the two small ones.
Yes,
and
yes,
farm
exactly.
isolate.
So it makes sense.
Yep.
I don't know if it's faster, so yeah, you should test, but yeah, like I said, it makes sense because now you Q isolation, so which is normal Caustic's clear pattern. So you should probably test it and just make sure that it's not just him misclicking once.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks pretty good. So we can assume enemy started top side, because Pharaoh's late.
And then Lee Sin's gonna do the same clear every
Yeah.
game pretty much.
Visenius Raptor is pretty fucking sad.
Yeah.
Slows you down a lot. One thing to talk about is the way you use your potions, and most junglers do this, which is so sad. Like, look. Do you
Right
think
over
Lee Sin is gonna jump on you right now? Watch.
No.
Look. Can Lee Sin be on you? Here.
No.
Why are you using potions then?
I mean, I figure the HP is gonna transfer. So if I use a potion here versus using a potion on blue buff, either way I'm gonna have plus
But
150 HP.
if
at that
Lee
point.
Sin, right? If Lee Sin is here, he's buffing down
Yeah.
here, and you're puffing here. Can't you just, by the time you're on Grump and doing crab and shit like this, just regen anyways without using pots?
Yeah.
So wouldn't you rather have your potions for the mid 2v2?
Or a fight. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Because you will see how you are overcapping your HP. See? Here, you're running from Krugs to Raptors. Look your HP.
Yeah.
See, look your HP right now. Look your HP.
Okay.
Look your HP. Look your HP. Look. You're full HP. Full HP, full HP, full HP, full HP. You're red buff and you're full HP. Full HP. Red buff, full HP. Useless, useless, useless. Now you have 0 potions. I can understand trying to be 100% HP. If there is some crazy Shaco Ignite player enemy team and, you know, he's puffing to your buff, right? I understand it. I understand. Completely understandable. Olaf is puffing to your side. You're afraid of being cheesed and invaded. Yes, I can understand it. This case, Lee Sin should never invade you. And second of all, he's puffing down. You're puffing up.
Yep, okay.
And you're gonna heal up from Gromp and stuff, so it's so sad. So this isn't that bad because you're puffing up anyways.
I just want to make sure he wins this.
Yeah, exactly. Now Lee Sin's mid, he should have red buff. Yeah, red and blue, and it's buffing down.
For the mid 2v2, is it winnable for on our side pre-6? Like, I can understand once Fizz gets the ulti and has more single
it depends how it's played, right? Like,
yeah.
If they're both 100% HP, yeah, you guys lose. We shouldn't fight them. My point is that Anivia should be 50% HP all the time, and so should Fizz. So then if Fizz dies, and you kill Anivia, and you guys just trade 1 for 1, and you guys just leave, then that's good. I'm happy about that if I'm Fizz.
Okay.
So here, yeah, Lee Sin's buffing down, like expected. You wasted a bit of time doing top, but like I said, there will be a game where Fiora runs towards you, so that was fine to do, I think. Yeah. Nice. I like what you're doing here. I would do the same thing. Because you can also look for his raptors.
That was the plan. I was just going to shadow the Fizz until...
Yeah, I was going to take raptors if this didn't happen.
Yeah, I agree. And I think I take raptors in a bit once Lee Sin leaves, but...
Because Lee Sin is going to have to stay bot side here.
Yep. He hasn't completed Scuttle yet, I don't believe. I don't think I pressed tab, though.
I mean, I don't think he did. But you should have checked. I would never smite the blue, I would always smite the Gromp there.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Like smite the Gromp, because the Gromp would come to you and you can still get isolation on the blue.
Okay.
If you stand here, Gromp is here hitting you and blue is here. Look, it's like smiley face. You
would
still...
it have been better to just W? So in my next W I used on blue buffed it.
Yeah, you can sure, you can do it with that too. If you want. Just get your Gromp to you.
Yeah.
Yes, good. I think that even if this doesn't happen in top, by the way, you should still do the exact same thing you did.
Okay.
Like to raptors. Just because Lee Sin cannot be here right now. So here, what's your thought process? Raptors into top crab or what? And also, look,
yeah,
look,
should be it, but I'm
look,
not sure if that's what
look. I would always clear this fully here. Because
I can blink after.
Yeah, you're gonna play top side, and right now, if you clear fully, 7:25, gonna respawn, and at this point, Fizz will 100% be level 6. If Fizz is level 6, I'm gonna play mid anyways. So I want to take his second spawn raptors here.
Okay.
So since I want to return, you should take it. It's your camp. You're counter jungling yourself here. Is 2 points W on purpose, or?
Yeah, 2 points W is just so I don't really want to be jumping in this early, so I'm using it. It gives me a bit of clear speed since I'm focusing mainly on like raptors as the camps I'm taking. And then most of the fights I don't want to be jumping in until I can get a W rotation or so.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Heal goes up, damage is the same. But the thing is just that, how reliable is it compared to Q? Because Q is still, even though cooldown doesn't go down. So like sure, but it's still lower. So I don't know. It looks pretty bad because of that. Because like this can miss, this cannot, and this you're gonna use 2 times by the time you're using this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, sure, you can say you're not gonna jump in, but you are gonna jump in on Gankin Fiora. You are gonna jump in at some point, right? You can't like play Kha'Zix and avoid completely jumping in.
Yeah.
So, but I can see it for yes, taking Raptors and Krugs for sure. Maybe it's better, but then again, right? By the time you get off 2 Qs, that's more damage than using this once.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
And also,
The bonus XP.
also, this
Mm-hmm.
is fucking really bad actually. I refuse to believe that 2 points W is good. The Q smite on the small Krugs, yes, I think that can be a thing. And you should for sure try it, but I refuse to believe 2 points W is good.
Okay.
So what's your thought process here with the path? Because you have a couple options. One option is Raptors into top crab. You have Krugs and Raptors red gank bot. What's your thought process?
I think the thought process is, so with Lee Sin doing the drag, that means he's going to want to walk just for his normal path. He can assume that I took Raptors and walk back to his bot side, and they will be spawning in about like 30 seconds. Or he can walk top, grab Krugs, and then path towards bot side, or do Krugs and the Scuttle. So I should just be checking lane prowess, see if I can contest that Scuttle, and if I can't, then I should do the bot play.
I mean, you can for sure take top crab here. Viego is turbo smurfing right now.
Yeah, so I should be walking up to top crab with the top prow.
Yeah, but don't you think that that shit is already gone now? If Lee Sin wanted it?
I'm assuming that he's doing, by the time, like he's finishing with Krugs around now, like around the same time I'm finishing with the Scuttle, the Raptors, and I have to assume that he's thinking I'm gonna contest the Scuttle and he doesn't want to
He
fight
should
me
also,
without Prows.
exactly, he should assume that. I agree with that. I don't agree with the Krugs part. I think he can be here on spawn. But I do agree with, he shouldn't, like he should expect that you're here and you have top, so.
Yeah,
And he doesn't.
So he should contest.
One thing I'd like you to pay a bit more attention to is how diveable Fiora is. Like if she's diveable or anything. So here you look, this is good.
This one I'm
This
just
is really
walking
coin
up.
flip.
I figure we win the 2v2, especially if I have the counter.
Yes, you win 2v2, but why does it have to happen? Right? So like, I understand if, let's say Viego, right? Let's say he has 2 waves built up here, right? Let's say the wave is here and he's like slow pushing now and about to crash over his Fiora. And you know, Lee Sin is in the area. Yes, I agree with this. If all your bot camps are down now, and you were gonna reset now anyways, right? Let's say you're 1.1k gold or something. You cleared Krugs, Red, Raptors, Wolves, and you cleared up the top. And now you're ending your route here, and you're just recalling here to cover, right? Because potential Lee Sin gank. Yes, this is good. But this I don't like, because you have so many camps up bot, they have no reason to gank the Viego, as in, what I mean is that wave state-wise, the wave is dead even. So it's like, okay, you know? So it seems really random to me, and blue buff is also spawning as well, so it's like, there's so many reasons for you to go bot, and there's many reasons for Lee Sin to go bot too. So you're losing so much by doing this. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
This is really, really, really bad. Because now when you've invested this much time, it's like, let's say now Lee Sin actually does gank it, right? By the time you've killed him, you've actually earned the same thing being bot side. And imagine you puffed bot, by the way. So now you're done with wolves. Now you're on red. Let's say Lee Sin ganks. You can take his entire bot side now.
Yeah.
So isn't it like worth it?
Yeah, that's correct.
This is so troll actually.
And Viego only pushes because I'm in the area. He could have just kept it neutral.
Yeah, and I think legit, even if he pushes, I don't think that they kill him. Worst case, he flashes or something.
Yeah.
So this was really, really troll. And the thing is that when you do shit like that, and the game goes on, it's actually quite hard to come back as a jungler, I feel like. If you waste time like this...
Rubber band XP.
Yes. And like, when they get, like, you need basically now, I feel like when you waste all this time, you need to get a kill now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious what you said here, because it looks like you shouted, so I'm gonna unmute.
I have music playing, so the Twitch muted my VOD.
Oh. Okay. Because yeah, I would just like, here, just Grump, puff down, ping Viego away. If he dies, I take entire bot side enemy jungle.
Okay, yeah.
And then it's like GG. If Viego dies, it's fucking boosted. If Viego had slow push or something, or it's a little bit of a different story, but you know, maybe if Fiora is half HP or something, yeah, it's a different story, because then if Lee Sin doesn't come, we dive. But they're both full HP, wave is dead even, so it's like really whatever. I have things to do bot side, so does Lee Sin. Like now your path went full fucking Walmart. Look. What is this? Like now these two are up, both your side camps are down. So now it's like really scuffed, you know? Like now if you're ganking here, you're leaving all your top set up. And that's just because you wasted time. It's not about AFK farming and never ganking. I want you to gank, right? But you can gank with smart puffing. If you puff down, you'd be done clearing right now. And you could look for his entire bot side if you gank top. If you didn't, you can now gank bot. You still have timer. Issue is that now you're ganking with all your camps up because you wasted all that time top. You can outplay this if he jumps, so I like that you're E-going on him there. And you said we wouldn't jump in, huh?
I mean, I jumped in after Anivia wasted Q. That's different.
Yeah, but you're playing Kha'Zix, you have to jump in at some point.
Yeah.
Look, here we're doing Drake. Wouldn't it be nice to have an extra point in your queue, maybe?
Yeah, we're done. Killed it quicker.
Yep. Kill it a lot quicker. Lee Sin is just faker or what?
Nah, I should have held Q. I've rented Q at 1400.
Yeah, we should also have a
Yeah,
Shaco box here. I would ping for that. Considering this is not a free dragon. I don't know why Shaco is not placing a box right here.
Yeah.
You should
Does
ping for
cancel
that.
the Lee Sin dash?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you should hold it. Where's Anivia here? Because, like, here, when I see buffs spawning at this point, I really want to invade them, especially if you're stronger. Because it's just a good way to start fights. And it's, like, reliable way to start fights, you know? So...
This one was kind of hard, because the Fizz AFK'd for like 2 minutes.
No, but I think Anivia might be basing here. That's my point. If Anivia's basing here, she has Ignite. There's a lot of ways you can realize if she's basing here. Her mana, her HP, her items, right? If you think that, like here, maybe she only has Lost Chapter, right? If she has only Lost Chapter, and then you're thinking, well, it's 12 minutes in the game, and she has X amount of farm, she has to base here, you know?
Yeah.
Then you can just invade it with Viego right here. You have Shaco here as well, who has Roam Timer. So you take blue, which is fine. You take Grump, which is fine. But then now, instead of taking Crab, I would like you and Viego here to go into the red. Because this Crab isn't going to disappear. So you could take the red and then go Crab. And look, Lee Sin's of course there, right? Most people will be there on buff spawn. So it's like so reliable way to start fight. And look, this guy came from base.
Yep.
Playing Anivia versus Kha'Zix and Fizz is really funny, by the way. Her wall is non-existent. I would be sweeping when I'm inside enemy jungle here.
Yeah, I should have.
I think you should try to figure out if Lee Sin took bot camps here before you take wave. Because you could just let this bounce to your team, and you could just instead spend the time taking his bot camps. Because if you look at it, Anivia is dead, Senna is 10 HP, Lee Sin is fighting Fizz. I think you can just go into his jungle here, see? Yeah. While he's wasting time doing this, you can just yoink his camps away. The wave is going to bounce into you guys anyways, so you can take it after if you really want the wave. Because now you're hurting your laner, which I don't mind doing if I can't get anywhere else something, but here you can just get blue for free. It's also Infernal map, right? So yeah, so it's like really easy to get it. Because the wall thing. So this was really troll. Now you're probably just base, right? Yeah. Good. So at this point you're decently strong. You should be a lot stronger. Viego is for sure still your win condition. Well, not sure what your thought process is on puffing bot side. Is it for the crab or?
Yeah, mocking for crab.
Does Viego have TP?
I'm not sure right now.
Because if he doesn't have TP and Drake is spawning soon, I would look for a play topside before Drake to make sure that he's enabled and can come down easier. You know? Like if we could kill Fiora 30 seconds before Drake spawn, for example. That could be pretty good. Because I'm a bit annoyed right now if I'm Viego. Like, when you come off base here, you're really strong, you go to your top camps, which is good, sure. And now Viego is having his ulti up soon. So I don't mind the crab. I think crab is good, but I think committing hardcore to dive is a bit weird. Like this guy doesn't have egg, so that in that sense is good. But you're still diving into their entire jungle when because of how the map works, right? Fiora can always get to here before Viego, right? Because that's just how it is. So I just think it's too deep. I don't think the idea of going to crab is bad, because I think you can do crab and still hover mid and go up to Viego. But doing this just stops all ways of making a play with Viego. Because even though, yes, you misplayed this. Yes, you could have killed Anivia here. If you just WD'd, right? And then auto-Q'd, she would die. But I don't care, because even if she is dead, you are still dead. And then everyone else is still dead too. Well, you should have died, if they were human. So I feel like this game, top side should be complete FF for Lee Sin. But because he doesn't have like insane bot lane either, he shouldn't be able to take your bot side. So he should have like one quadrant to farm.
So I should just fuck with him a lot harder than I did.
Yeah. And force fights with Viego. But you are not really doing that. And like you're never pinging TPs or something on tab, so I bet you have like no clue about if you are as TP or anything. So right now, like, I'm not sure like what's gonna happen. Now I'm just praying that Viego smurfs it, because you have no ult, so I don't think you're gonna 1v9, so hope Viego does it.
I do think I assumed Fiora used TP since she came from the bot side on that mid play. I never saw the TP, but she was in mid lane. It would have been a weird timing for her to have walked there. I think it was possible, I think, but...
No, she didn't.
Oh, no, she just walked down, okay.
She just walked down. So here your thought process is you took Drake, so now you should just clear and reset, right?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but this fight happened, so I figured...
So why don't you ping away then? Because here you're committed on clearing, and yeah, I don't disagree. I think fighting now is just nonsense and makes no sense, considering we've spent a lot of resources to take Drake. All our jungle camps are up. We should for sure, you're right, yes, we should clear and reset. But yeah, I would always ping away then, because it's like... I really don't want my team to fight now.
I didn't expect this to be a fight. I thought they'd
But,
just grab the mid wave. And
I
then
mean,
back
for
up.
them, it's fine to fight, right? In their mind here, they might not need to reset, right? So you should also always ping. Like, if you want to not fight, you should just make it a habit to ping. You don't lose anything by pinging.
Yeah.
Because in their logic, right? In their logic, if for Vego now it's good to fight, his logic is that Kha'Zix is next to us, so if you fight, Kha'Zix can come. But he doesn't realize it's really bad for you to come. So you should just make it a habit to ping.
Okay.
Because this is like really fucking bad, because if we do win this fight, it's not like we're gonna get anything from it anyways, we're all just gonna reset.
Yeah, it's just cool.
Meanwhile, if enemy wins it, it's like they're back into the game. So, this is just disaster. So you see the fight, Viego smurfs a bit, and then he turns into useless champ. And you jump in, and then you go back in, which probably just wasn't necessary, because you're trying to one-shot that Leona, which just isn't possible. So I think going in was fine, I just think you should just run away.
Yeah.
You WE, which is good. Now you just leave. If you just left now, this play would have been fine. But then you just greeted, so. And look here, exactly, watch this. See, stop making stupid plays, you say? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes? You are right, so why don't you ping? I agree, it is the only way you guys lose now. We just spent so much time doing Drake and fighting them before Drake, now we need to reset. Yes, that's how the game works. And you're a really bad player if you're like the Shaco that is like, we should have wiped him there. Yeah, I'm sure that, yes, maybe Fizz misplayed, right? Maybe this guy misplayed. But so what? Right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So like, you are completely right, but you need to ping these things.
Okay.
And then if they do it, well then good luck to them, right? But you have to ping. You lose nothing by pinging. Yep, I was gonna say to go top and look for Fiora inside. What I'm really tilted about is the fact that Viego stopped matching Fiora, and that's another thing I would look to ping. Because I want, like, how I want to play this game, if I'm you, is I want to play and farm my camps, and I want to farm the side that Viego is splitting on. So if Viego is splitting top, this is my jungle. Right? So you go top side here, I agree. But then, now I want Fizz and Viego to swap.
Yeah, if Fizz is matching. I mean, if Viego's matching mid, then he can't really stop it, and if he is wave clear either way.
Yeah, exactly. So this is really bad. So I'm really unhappy when I see this on the map. So I want this shit to be changed. Right? But Viego's mind is probably here, well, I'm strong as fuck. If I'm... and Fiora's weak, so if Fizz is versus Fiora, maybe Fizz stops inting. But that's such a bad way.
Yeah.
To think. So here, like, now it's pretty impossible for you to play, because now you're forced to jump onto an Anivia if you want to play for Viego. So... yeah. So let's see how you play this fight. You W, you don't commit with E, which is good. Red Smite is really wasted. Because she's just never gonna kill you there. So if you Red Smited Lee Sin instead, that would have been a bit better. Also in a fight like this, the Ravenous Hunter healing would have helped a bit.
Yeah. Especially if I'm going Eclipse.
Yep. So I want to hear your reasoning for Yumus. What's your reason for Yumus this game?
It's at the point in the game where like the tankiness stats would be wasted on me. Like by second item, I don't need the Sterox and such. I'm still in a position where I can not jump face first, but if I play a little aggressive, they're not gonna one-shot me with team behind me, since my team can also like follow something, and I just want to get damage and like, camp clear speed, so that I can keep snowballing. Whereas if I went into something like a...
Let me tell you about a really OP item.
Let's see it.
Do you know what item it is?
What is it? Is it a...
Guess. Guess.
Oh, okay. Is it a Ravenous or is it a Sterox?
It's a really OP item. It's not none of those.
It's just Nedge Knight.
No.
I don't know.
It's Serpent's Fang. This item is unbelievably broken.
Do they have enough shields?
Yes, they have Lee Sin and Eclipse on Senna. Trust me, this item is bonkers.
Okay.
This
I
item...
saw tweets about it yesterday, but...
This item is so OP, man.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, that helps me with the 1v1, I can see it.
the only thing that's good with Yumus is the movement speed. The Serpent Fang gives the same stats as Yumus, but more damage, way more damage. Like, it's just insane bonkers. Like, Lee Sin will always shield somebody in a fight. That's just gonna happen. And Senna will always have shield because of Eclipse. You also have Locket here, like...
Yeah.
Eclipse is OP here.
I see that.
Eclipse and not Eclipse, Serpent Fang is OP here. It's just so insane. And if you play with this item once, you will realize how much damage it actually does. Because like I think on champs like Shaco, I think Yumus adds a lot more value. Because you want to Q and then you want to reach them while you're in miss.
Yeah.
But on Kha'Zix it makes no sense, you have so much mobility already. So, like I want to make sure that when I'm on someone guy, they die. And Serpent Fang is that item. Here. Here again, I don't know where Vega is, he's top, so does he have TP? Like, you have to check this, it's so important. To know right now, like, is Vego coming or not? Like, I need to know. So here he has TP. So if he has TP, I want you to ping and like try to play more aggro. Right?
Okay.
Also, sell your refillable potions. Stop having them at 20 minutes. Imagine you have a pink ward here. You're aware Vega has TP. You can place a pink for him and you can force a fight. He TPs. GG, well played. Right? How does enemy team play here? If right now you place pink, right? So in like Tribush or something, you place pink and you ping Vego to TP, and you see that he confirms it by like pinging on my way or something, and you just bait.
Yeah.
Lee Sin jumps on you, Vego TPs, fucking pentakill.
Okay.
But instead you're playing without info. Right now you have no clue if he has TP. You have no pink because you want potions at 20 minutes. So, can't play the game. And now you're somehow dead. I don't know what the fuck you're doing here. What should you be thinking right now?
We have Viego Fizz coming, so we have about 10-15 seconds before they get here. Fiora's dead, so we win the 4v5.
Yeah, exactly. It's really simple. You said exactly the only thing that matters. You said the only thing that matters. 10-15 seconds. Okay, watch. Are you playing as if you need to wait 10-15 seconds? Watch now. Watch. So here you're running good. Good. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I clicked in.
Yeah, why?
No reason. No
Why are you egoing on them now? Right? It's good to know when to ego on people, because like if Viego is here now and they jump on you, yeah, they're fucking trolling.
Yeah.
But here, this is their last window.
That turned into a 4v4.
Like Fiora is dead. Does she have TP? I don't fucking know. Because it's impossible with you playing, right? You need to realize this. It's so important. Because these guys are hard griefing here, I think. But you just need to wait. And then you don't wait. So now you're praying for team diff. And having to pray for team diff is so bad. Because 100% you guys win this if you just wait for Viego. Don't you think that when, like, here, when you guys kill them, right? So you kill Fiora, and Senna is top, that you can look for their bot side with Viego again?
Lee Sin's... I guess we could
yes,
just
Lee Sin is half HP,
Yeah,
you have
still
ulti, Viego has ulti, Shaco is here, Fizz is closer than Senna, like, how can't you guys do it? Fiora used TP for Drake, Fiora is dead, Senna is top. Like, you guys are stronger, like, you should just walk in and just take it. Tell Lee Sin what's up. Because I feel like you guys are doing really poorly at snowballing. Like, and if you guys mid lane here, farming, you guys could just take entire bot side. Not sure why you guys are just not taking their bot side here. We should have snowballed more, because now Senna gets to group up. So now it's just harder. So if you're just gonna go mid wave instead, then you should just reset. You know, you could just get Tabis here and a stopwatch or something. And that would be higher value than just going mid and taking this wave. Because again, same logic as before. Wave is pushing into you anyway, so you don't need mid prior here for anything. If you guys are looking now to start Baron, yes, you need to push up mid first. That is not the play here. So if you're not gonna go their bot side, then you should just reset.
Okay.
Because you can take this wave from base anyways. You can just reset here and then walk mid and take this wave anyways. Maybe if you're playing like some champs like Lilia, then you could walk up here and try to like sleep her. But like this is useless as fuck. You should always get into the habit of trying to make the most out of every small victory. And for sure you could have taken at least Gromp from them. And maybe sweep some of their vision or something in bot side, you know. Maybe if you have a ping, try to remove their vision. Because when Senna shows top and Fiora's dead there, it's really illegal for them to try to 3v3 you guys. I like how I fast forward, because I think nothing should happen and you randomly kill yourself again. Do you think it's an unfortunate game, or do you find yourself always playing fights poorly? Because your KDAs look really good, so...
Fights poorly. Yeah, no, I mean... I need to do more VOD reviews. I stopped doing them during preseason, so I need to get back on that and just... Definitely a lot more mistakes than I realize when I'm in-game, if we're watching it.
Because, like, when I look at this, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Look, so what's happening? First of all, Fizz and Shaco, right? They are trolling. Why are they trolling? Why is Shaco hard trolling here?
They're setting a vision bot side first.
Shaco is on extreme fucking shrooms right now or something. But he is on drugs. Like, he is running bot side, red buff is spawning. Red buff spawning means enemy should go there. Viego, aka Daddy, is fed. He's top. Shaco going away from him. Why is Shaco setting up vision bot side if we want to play top side? I don't fucking know. But that is not allowed in my game. So I'm gonna ping him to come top. Because, like, here I have a plan. My plan is I'm gonna farm top side and then I'm gonna go either reset, or if my team wants to fight, I'm gonna walk with Viego. That's my two plans here, right? Like I said, recalling earlier would have been better because the enemy team was dead, so nothing could actually happen on the map. Now if you recall, you risk your team inting. Because it's really bad that you have to stand with 1.5k gold. That's why here, if you're not going to invade bot side to try to grow a lead, it is okay to reset. It's not bad. But what you do is so horrible, because right now, if you risk now, it's impossible for your team to int. Senna is top, Fiora is in base. Fiora is dead. Swain is dead. So if your teammates int now, then they could literally int any point of the game, right? So now it's super good recall. You get Tabis, you get Caulfield, you get Tabis, you get Pickaxe, you get Tabis, you get Stopwatch, you get Ionian Boots, whatever the fuck you want, right? Seeker's Arm Guard if you want to buy AP for fun, right? Whatever you can buy, you have timer here. And if you recalled here, you would not be in the situation where now when the map is being played by your team, because this is correct by them, they should be playing the map now. If you reset now, you're fucked. You're praying that your team don't get caught. Which is bad. Because a good player should be resetting in points where it's good for the map.
I fucked
recalling, yeah, recalling now is really bad for the map. So you go top side, which is correct. But the issue is, your Shaco is like bot side and Fist is also bot side. Because they're not being escorted around, they're not being pinged. Like, trust me, if you start utilizing pings, you'll realize how different people play. Like, I've had games play out like fucking LEC matches. Because I'm just pinging and guiding people. Because people want to win. Sometimes you will have people that either play on full mute or people that don't listen to pings. But then we're just back to what...
At that point.
Yeah, that one, that's usually over. And second, then you're playing like you're doing now anyways, right? So, it doesn't really matter. You don't lose anything from pinging. Because here in my game, Shaco and Fist is with me. Because in my game here, when I'm doing Gromp or Wolves, I'm pinging on my way top, and I'm pinging help top, and I'm pinging Shaco come top. Because he's trolling. Like, it's complete waste. So here you're solo jumping in, team wasn't here yet. If you jumped in, instead of jumping now, and you jumped in now, it would have been a lot better. Because now you're dead once your team got here, which is just unnecessary. Can you come? Yeah, again, you agree with what I said, see? Yes, but he doesn't understand what's happening.
Just have to ping him.
Yes, they don't know how the game works, which is understandable, but you can control it, or at least try to. Yeah, I'm happy you didn't keep chasing, because if you chased a bit more, you'd get walled off and die.
Yep.
Yeah. Here we're doing Baron. You're walking away to try to let Shaco tank, which is good. Because we want to deal a lot of damage to it. Because you don't want to take damage, you're big DPS. So here you're walking up and take damage again, it's pretty bad. You should try to get into habit of, like, you see this part here? See this shit here? Like, now you lost that, which is good. Now you keep standing inside of it. You could kite it better, don't you think?
Yeah, I can.
And you should try to make that a habit, because it's just, again, about trying to save time. I feel like you guys are a little bit late to this, so I want to see how that happens. Because ideally, you should be like in a flanking position and be there first and poking them with W's and stuff. It's always scary when you guys have to retake vision. So I want to see what happens. You guys get Baron. Then you reset instantly, that's good. And then what happens? Did you sat there for 40 seconds or what? You're just in base, AFK, thinking about what to buy?
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. And then you guys run straight, that's good. You check with W, yeah, that's good. But one thing is that, just general rule, when you're not in a hurry, you should go mid lane first. Okay? Like, they cannot be hiding in mid lane, agree?
Yeah.
Because if Lee Sin is Elise here, what happens to you?
I die. He lands Cocoon.
Yes, you're dead. So, if this is a rush, right? If Drake is up right now, yes, I understand why you walk here. Drake is up in 30 or 40 or whatever the fuck. Push mid first, because then you avoid getting caught. And you create a scenario where they have to get out of their little hiding spots. Right?
Actually contest. Yeah.
Because if Drake is in this, and you guys push mid now, and they keep hiding in their little rabbit holes, well, you just end the game mid then, right? So,
yeah.
because now you're actually like just trolling really hard. It's a super troll. Like, you should just ping mid, you should write midway first, and just do that to avoid all of this, because here you should die. They just have bad champs. And you have insane reactions. I would die there.
Nah, you wouldn't be there in the first place.
Yes, you're completely right. I would not be there. It's really fucking troll. All these fights are really boring, but you're playing them fine. It's just boring to have to sit and hit their front line. Here you just got impatient again. Like, for them, it's really good if fights go like 3-for-3 or 2-for-2 and stuff, because you guys can't progress in the game if you do that. You know? So here, fight is fine. Fight is fine. This jump is a little bit sketch, but it's okay. This flash, I don't know why. But like, look, so fight is fine here. So you jump here because you didn't expect her to get one-shotted. That's understandable. then you just flash in and kill yourself. Right?
I think flash might have been okay if
We
I
have
did it earlier.
TP advantage. Why are you guys hard engaging like that? But you just flashed in. What are you saying? Right? Look.
I mean right here, but yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but we are chilling here. Look, it's good. Look, it's not that bad. You can just reset the fight. See? You can just reset the fight. Veigar's gonna come. See? If you just reset the fight instead of flashing in, Veigar comes now. It's GG, no?
Yeah, it is.
Like, how is this bad? You guys killed 2 people. Fizz is dead. Even if Shaco's dead here, it's still good for you guys. Like, you guys went, at worst, even in a fight where Veigar wasn't there. And he's the strongest member. You just greeded and flashed in, instead of just having Nirvana mental and just kiting back with W's and realizing that Veigar will come and get pentakill. Because, like, the thing now is that now Veigar comes and gets pentakill, but you're dead. So we don't actually, like, end the game from it. If you are alive now, we would just, like, take at least mid turret. You could take jungle as well. You would snowball even harder. Veigar's top, he has no TP. So you should get up to him ASAP. I don't know. So here, if Veigar stays top, this is really troll. Since he's coming to mid, I don't think it's bad to look for Anivia. But if Veigar is standing here, it's really bad to look for Anivia. Don't know what happened here. This is not your fault, but this is your fault.
I should just let them die.
Yes.
Yeah. You need to try to trade it.
Because at least here they int and you can just kite back with W's and delay them, and worst case you lose 1 mid turret. But you should not int with them, so that's just bad. But yes, that was your team is trolling. That was like the one time where something happens that you couldn't control at all. Like that play there was just complete troll from your team. So now we should just try to wait for Swain. The enemy should try to hard engage because Swain is dead. And it looks like they failed to do that. So now the question is, do we win side lane with Viego? Because he should be versus Fiora. So I think right here, what you're doing is really troll. So right now enemy has 2 options. 1 is hovering Fiora, which is the only correct option. 2 is troll around in mid. So if they do this, then you back off. If they do this, Fiora should die. So the fact that you leave Fiora now, I think is troll. Because you should just look for her. You know? If you stand in this and she comes for you, you just jump away. And life is great, right?
Yeah.
So I would just stand in the bush and just sweep and see if maybe she ints, right? And then you and Veigar can kill her. Because now it's too late. If now you see that she ints, right? So what I mean by inting is if she stays for this wave instead of walking tri-bush. If you see that now, by the time you get there, wave is dead and she run. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Because this is like useless. Like now you're leaving Viego and Fiora like all alone. So now Fiora could make the choice to int and you cannot punish. And as you can see, you being in mid was useless anyways. Because Fizz was dead. You shouldn't push bot here. You should be bot side, yes, for flank, but you shouldn't look for this wave. I see your camera moving to the wave, you should not go for the wave.
Okay.
Right now, it does not matter if you get push at the tier 1 bot turret at 30 minutes, okay? It's like, yes, that matters at 10 minutes, yes, it matters at maybe 15, 20. Now it does not fucking matter. So this is just faker play by enemy team. Like, this is just well played by them. So I don't think this is bad by you, because I completely agree. You should be here. I would be here too, because I need to try to get a flank and remove their vision. And try to catch them. Yes. You should not be moving your camera to bot wave. Your camera should be up, because you should be looking to continue upwards and see if you can find an angle. So this would be like really hindsight thing to say that this is bad because you got caught. Because this is just well played by enemy team. You know? It's like really random. Like you're even pinging them because this is really random that they're there.
Yeah. Caught me off guard.
Alright. We traded Fizz ult for Anivia Banshees, guys. That's It's a really good play. Now Viego's top again. Does he have TP? So in this case, he actually ended up pinging it, which is good. Then you just need to ask yourself, does he have somewhere to TP to? Which he does. So Drake isn't being spawned, which is really good for you guys, because you can keep poking with W's. They can't really poke. Good trade. I think you're playing good here. You shouldn't waste W like that though, because that's the big advantage that you have. It's like to hold your ground. You should never lock the Drake in position like this. This makes it so annoying for your team. So annoying. Like, you need to be reported when you do stuff like this. Because like here you're thinking that you can do this and jump away, right?
Yeah.
But you're real lucky if all of your teammates think that too. Because a lot of people now will like come here to try to help you, and then they're cornered. Meanwhile, if you just do the Drake and kite it to here, then you guys, your team can like leash over here and be safe. So you should only do this because this is a little bit faster. So if you need to rush it, you do it. Here we're not in a rush because you're already here. So here it's just better if you just like hit it and drag it to your team. Meanwhile, if Lee Sin is up right now, like it just spawns and you need to rush it, yes, you shouldn't bother dragging it. You should just finish it ASAP. But since they're already here, they know you're doing it, there's no point to save those 2 seconds. Because here, I'm really scared if your team tries to help you. Yep, look at Swain, like see, everyone is pissing their pants here. Yep, it's really scary. Nobody can help you, see? Because it's in the pit. You just drag it here, and now your team can help. And you have an escape route yourself, which doesn't leave you isolated. Now the fight is like complete, like there's a fight happening here, then there's a fight here, it's a fight here, right? Like I don't even know what's happening, you don't know what's happening, and God bless.
I think all I wanted to do is hold them before they got like through the entrance, because it was only Leon and Lee Sin at that point, and the Anivia and the Fiora were like 200 HP, and we had the quicker rotation through River, so I wanted us to just walk up and try to hold them at that entrance while Viego lifestealed.
Yes, why can't you do that and have Drake here? That's because that also makes it easier, because now you can stand here and W here, right? Now you can't W the area, and your teammates has to have a wall here, which they can't run through, and they also can't run up here, so they have to run down here, which they can't if they have to stand here hitting Drake.
Yeah, okay.
Then a little bit of flamey chat happens. It's okay. Do you be like that sometimes?
It's my first time D1. Flamed low more than I should have. Too excited.
It's fun in D1. It's like cool people there. What's your next item? Death Stance, right?
Yeah.
Infernal Soul and Kha'Zix is really OP. So stuff like this we can't do anything about, that guy's just trolling. And that's why I put a lot of value on your early game and mid game, because no games should last this long, because at this point it's honestly not that much about your skill anymore. Now it's more of team skill. But League is really all about you in early game and mid game. Because even if your lane's int, if you pathed well, you should be 3 levels ahead of this guy. And you should just stomp the game. But since you didn't, game is lasting so long that now it's like not that much to talk about, and we're just hoping team is good as well.
Yeah, just next fight wins.
Yeah. What was your last evolution?
E. I went WQE.
Okay. Do you think E is that good with tanky build like this?
It's alright just because my tanky build, they're squishy enough to mix that my tanky build isn't like, I'm still one-shotting them.
Mhm.
At least one-shotting the ones that matter. R, it's arguable that I can go R, but with Lee Sin vision and such, and like the zone control on the Anivia, it makes it
Yeah.
less
Yeah, I mean, I can
pleasurable.
see that it's nice to have E resets versus Anivia walls and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright. So yeah. After all of that, what's your thoughts? Do you have any questions?
I don't think any questions. I think I just need to also do my own more VOD reviews more often.
Yeah, and I think that moving forwards, like if you VOD review your games and you try to look for the things that we kind of talked about to see if you repeat the mistakes or maybe you've improved in some aspect of it, that's like a good way to tackle it, I think. And then maybe like rewatch the coaching session and like write down everything we talked about.
Yeah.
And then try to like set yourself like goals, like as you're climbing, like just focus on like one thing, right? Like that the play where you tried to counter gank Lee Sin top was so insanely bad.
Yeah.
Like just for so many reasons. It was like every single reason why a gank could be bad, it was there. The only good thing about it was that Vego had a shutdown, and if he died, it would be a bit bad. But
and I can get more value.
yeah, exactly. You could get that exact value both side as well, like guaranteed. So yeah, I'm gonna stop the recording here and then upload it and send